Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers until the end of the year. Help me out there. Let's go guys. So I wanted to talk a little bit about basically this information that has been going around. Apparently it comes from reliable sources and it was confirmed by Zmin, I think, or something like that. So take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, but it's still fairly respectable enough that we can talk about, right? So basically somebody posted this, some additional information for everyone from the feedback. I don't know what feedback this is, but still, the first one, J8F had MAWS on the dev server. There were some questions regarding other aircraft like the Harrier GR7, the Mirage 2000, etc. receiving it. MAWS was added to the J8F for testing purposes, but it is very much work in progress. The feature will be further tested, refined, and expanded. So yeah, I don't know about this. I didn't saw it on the dev server if it was actually a MAWS system or not. If you don't know, first of all, the MAWS system is a missile alert warning system. Let me just check what MAWS actually means. But it is missile approach warning system. Yeah, I forgot what it was. But it is a system that we already have in game with the helicopters, the more modern helicopters. For example, if you get shot with a helicopter, you are in a helicopter and you get shot by a missile or something like that, it will actually, notice that missile and it will automatically deploy flares, chaff, etc. Right? Systems like the President S and other systems that were and are in service right now help the aircraft just avoid any type of missiles getting close to the aircraft. Right? This has been used for a very long time, since the 80s actually. I don't know about American technology, but I know that in the 80s, the Su-24M apparently used one system like this. I have to check the name of it, but still, they were very limited back in the day, only 2 to 3 kilometers from your aircraft that the missile was actually going to be detected. You normally use infrared or ultraviolet sensors or anything like that, or even radars. In the 90s, the Russians used radars in some of their aircraft to do this. So there are a lot of systems like this that can be implemented. There are some aircraft that already should have this. For example, the Harrier GR7, it is one. And Mirage 2000, I think it has one. I don't know how limited that is, but it should have some form of system like this. The Su-25T, according to some sources, it's difficult to actually confirm it, but according to some sources, it has some systems like this. But in the future, we will see more aircraft that have this. Like I said, I know that the Su-24M has it, had it in the 80s, and more aircraft in the 90s would have it. Some versions of a Sukhoi 27, like the M variant, and later, Eurofighters. I think you have now the Rafales and all sorts of aircraft, the A-10C. So it would be just a very interesting system that an aircraft could just detect the missile coming to you, and it would automatically deploy chaff and flares, right? Depending on the situation, it can even deploy specifically programmable, countermeasures. So, for example, chaff for a radar missile or anything like that, right? So it would be very, very cool to see that, and apparently they are testing it to add to aircraft. I don't know how, like they say, very much still in progress, work in progress, but it's already in the helicopters. So I don't know what this testing is, and if it's ever going to be added, or if it's going to be added right now on the next patch. So yeah. The second one is something that we already know, that I already did a video, but it was worth to actually mention. The Python 3, currently the Kurnas 2000, is planned to receive this missile. We already know that, right? Further review is required to check if the nets or the F-16A Block 10 that we have is the correct variant to receive it, as current sources indicate it was the F-16C that first got the Python 3. So we don't know yet if the Python 3 will be added to the nets, but I think that shortly after this version of the nets shortly after this patch. I mean, we'll probably see more versions of the nets, more FC-15s or any aircraft like this that could receive the Python 3 anyway, right? Then the third one, regarding drop tanks, we have prepared drop tanks for some aircraft in the upcoming update. F-14B is planned to receive it, so yeah, that would be very, very cool. Hopefully they add for more aircraft. For example, the J-37C, for example, it doesn't have it, but the D has it. Doesn't make any sense. Both of them needs to have it. I think there are some specific aircraft that, I mean, the F-14A, as well. Some F4s maybe, I don't know, any aircraft that have it, like in theory, that could use it, I think should have it. Nonetheless, if it has a purpose in game or not, I think it's something that needs to be added nonetheless, right? So yeah, the F-14B will be one that really needs it. I felt that the A already kind of is limited on this fuel system sometimes. And the B on the dev server was one that suffered a little bit from that as well. And then the last one, something that a lot of people are asking for. At the moment, we are working on a new SAM for Japan. However, there is no ETA currently, possibly in the future. So yes, SAM sites for Japan, or SAM, not sites, but SAM, mobile SAMs that can be added to the game need to be in game. I mean, it's something that doesn't make any sense to not have it. There are some systems that are currently probably going to be reviewed as possible additions, right? I think, I don't remember the actual name. Let me see if I can find it. But there are some options for the Japanese, surface-to-air missiles. And I think, to be honest, it's one of the nations that most needs something like this. Because it is a nation that really lacks any type of that. There is the Type 81, for example. I don't know if this thing can actually be added because there is 2 trucks that needs to work, I think. But there are other options as well. We have the Type 91 we already have in game with the I know it's the 93, sorry. I think it's the 93, right? Doesn't matter. Let me just check. Just for me to not say it wrong. It is the 93, not the 91. So yeah, even the 91, I mean, the 91 is an older version, but still, there are some other systems that can be added, like this 80 system that I told you guys. So hopefully, the 81, right? So hopefully they get away with it, or add at least something from other nations, I don't know, maybe a South Korean AA system or any Asian country, just to actually be able to be used by that tech tree that really lacks an AA system, right? So yeah, that would be very, very cool. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about these 4 things. Hopefully they are all added as soon as possible. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye guys, see you.